So, this is the fifth installment of this document series, The History of Darshan, The Rise to Success. And the fifth one is not a difficult one to leave you with, but it's definitely the one that should have the most substance. As I think back on the last four documentaries, or four-part documentaries that I've been doing, I was trying to focus on, what am I telling you that's the most important? What am I telling you that you can really hold on to, that one or two things that give you substance? And the only thing that I can think of, and it's something that I probably teach you all the time or definitely practice all the time, is, being happy with who you are as a person. And the second part is never giving up, but always making sure you stay relentless on what you're trying to pursue. So I would say, in a nutshell, always believe in you and never stop believing in what dream or vision that you have for yourself. It'd be best if you go through life with an open mind. Always stay focused on your dream. Surviving in this world is tough. And the part that's tough about it is, it's such a beautiful place to have to fight and claw your way through to where you want to be in life. Because you'll start to notice that people will try to take away or even rob you of your innocence. Doesn't matter what age you are. People will try to take advantage of you to get to where they want to be and can care less about where you are. And when I think about something like that, I think about this throughout the years that I've been doing, so many different endeavors or trying to pursue so many different avenues of just putting some money in my pocket. I realized that people don't want to be around broke people. And also, even if you're rich, people don't necessarily want to deal with rich people. So you're kind of in the middle. I think it falls down to whether who likes you or not. Because just because you're broke or you're rich, it doesn't mean that anyone's going to do anything for you or give you any type of money. That's not what happens. Being happy is probably one of the hardest things that you're going to be able to do. And I say that because we live in a world where there's so much going on. And when you're in a different position in life and you start to notice that everyone's not thriving like you or being successful like you, being happy about where you are and who you are is probably the most hardest thing to do, but it's the most fulfilling thing to do once you learn how to do it. It takes a long time to learn how to stay happy, to be content with who you are, never giving up on yourself and never keeping yourself stagnant in a position, but to be content with, this is what you're able to do, this is where I'm going to go, this is who I am, and this is what I know. When you're content with that, that's fulfilling. Because everything after that, running a business, working a job, doing a hobby, being amongst people, those are just the natural things in life that you have to do to function. But to be happy with who you are and to know who you are, that's very important. It's very hard to stay happy because there are so many negative people. But when you learn how to be happy and stay happy, it's the most fulfilling thing you can do in life. So I tell you about my rise to success. And you say, well, what are you successful in? I'm very successful in a lot of different avenues in my life. I know how to start a business. I have a family. Those things to me those are success. That's successful to me. Um, but this documentary is a footprint, a blueprint for you. And the difference between you and everyone else in the world, and even myself, and the difference between me and other people, the difference that's going to make you successful is not giving up. You cannot give up on what you know is right for yourself. And you're going to be pursuing something, and you're going to ask people about how do they like this and how do they like that. And one thing you have to remember is, as long as you don't give up on what you see for yourself, then that's all that matters. Other people's opinions and their suggestions and their ideas, it don't mean a hill of beans. Like I told you before, I didn't write those books for people. I wrote those books for myself. And that made all the difference. That made me successful to write 9 children's books. And I can sit back and enjoy those stories. I didn't do it to make money from it. I did it to have a fulfillment for myself because I'm a father with a child and I'm married. So I wanted to enjoy that in a book. I wanted to read about it in a book. I wanted to take myself on an adventure, inside the book. So I say all this to say, no matter where you are in life, and no matter what you become in life, always stay true to yourself and always do it for you. I want to end it off by saying this poem that I wrote about a year ago. I've stayed silent for too long. It's time to vent my heart out in this poem. I can think about a million things that I can say wrong, but I can't this time because all the problems in the world are well known. I get it. I'm another black man reading a poem with deep issues that started way before I was born. I asked my father, why was I born? And he said so he could have a son. I got married and had a daughter. And one day she'll ask me, Daddy, why was I born? And I'll say because me and your mother wanted to make sure that our love lived on. Through you and by you, I will forever live on. It's tough, baby girl, but mommy and daddy will teach you to be strong. But sometimes in life you must keep on carrying on. Not like slavery, where we were forced to carry on our backs of whips and rocks for others to stand on. You can't talk to anyone about this because they'll say, why can't blacks just move on? Because, to be honest with you, we never got our just due. We look around and see you doing you. Well, this is primetime poetry justice. It's only to be heard by a select few. Universal laws seem like they don't apply when my skin is the opposite of you. I'm going to end it off like this, but I'm not going to be finished. You expected me to come into this world like a menace. Instead, I beat you to the finish. Empowerment, love, and courage is what this world seems to diminish. Look around. So many men want to be women. So I'm sorry you don't have a man to protect you, to honor and respect you. This portion of the poem is dedicated to my wife, with all respect due. Truth be told, I fell in love when I first met you. No one in this world can imagine how much I want to protect you from the foolish logics they put women through. It took me so many women just to get to you. Stay empowered by your heart and what God means to you. You keep Him first, and I'll always be next to you. With security, strength, and knowledge is how we'll always get through. And to my dear daughter Anaya, you made such a man out of me. I look at you and see a little me. who need help so I can grow up to be me. Always love yourself, no matter what you grow up to be. People in this world will always tempt thee, but whatever you do, you think of me, for love and support, and where you should be. Tulips are often surrounded by weeds, but you'll always stand out to me.